I can't believe I'm saying this, but this video is sponsored by DistroKid. So a little while ago, DistroKid reached out to me asking me if I would do a video for them on DistroKid. I was super excited because I've been working with DistroKid for almost 2 years now, and for them to be my first sponsor is absolutely insane. I'm gonna share how DistroKid works, my experiences with them, advantages and disadvantages. So basically how this sponsorship works is there's a link in the description. If you sign up for DistroKid through that link, you get 7% off your first year, whether you have the musician plan, musician plus, or you never know, label. Also, if you get a subscription through that link, I get $5 in commission. So if you want to help me out in the process and get a reduction, that would mean a lot to me. Okay, now let's talk about some advantages of signing up with DistroKid. DistroKid is super easy to work with, but the main reason I signed up with them is because of the flat fee. Other distributors ask a fixed price per upload and even more for the album, but with DistroKid you pay $19.99 yearly and you can upload however many albums or singles you want. Okay, let that sink in for a minute. That is insane. If you upload one single, you pay $20. Upload 5 albums, you pay $20. That is absolutely insane. So you have that flat fee, and then when you upload a song, you have several add-ons so that you only pay for what you actually want to use. So these are the add-ons that you can opt in for if you want. So YouTube Money is basically Content ID. When someone uploads a video with your track in it, Content ID automatically notices that and you can collect the ad revenue for that video. Store Maximizer, basically new stores get added all the time, and if you check this, your song will be added to new stores as soon as they pop up. You never know which is gonna be the new Spotify, what's gonna be the new TikTok, and you want your music to be on there as soon as possible so you have another chance of going viral. Shazam and iPhone Siri. When your music is playing somewhere, people can Shazam it and get the information about your song. Leave a legacy. If you ever delete your DistroKid account or your credit card gets declined, your music will stay on DistroKid forever. You can of course delete it if you want to. These are the stores you can add your music in if you want to. So by default, all of them are checked. You see Instagram and Facebook, so you can actually make a story on your Instagram with your own song, or people can make stories with your song. You can get your music on TikTok. TikTok creators are constantly looking for new tunes. You could be the new Old Town Road or the new Savage. So don't miss out on TikTok. Get your music in there. And then MediaNet has a bunch of extra stores that your music could also get into. Okay, so those were the add-ons that DistroKid offers you, but there's so much more that you can do with DistroKid. And some features are a bit gimmicky, but some are insanely useful. Another really interesting one is you can actually put covers on DistroKid. Yes, you heard me. If you check this, you get a bunch of information about uploading cover songs. So you pay $12 per year. And for that, DistroKid will get the cover license for you. I also have one of my covers on there.
Oh my God, I see you walking by.
So when you're on DistroKid, you have this More button. I will go over everything that's in this list. So the first thing is slaps.com. This is slaps.com. It's very similar to SoundCloud, but it's more meant for person-to-person networking. So it works with a CTR system, so sort of karma. CTR actually stands for comment to track ratio. You have to comment on people's music in order to be able to upload your own stuff. You also don't have to be uploading new music constantly. You can press repost track on every track every week, which is really handy. So this is what it looks like. Press post, you fill in the information and you put it in a bunch of groups, and then your music will appear at the top of that group in the new music section, and people can comment on it, can like it, can give it flames, and that way your song gets moved more and more to the top. It's a really interesting platform. People can also DM you if they like your music a lot, and that way they can collaborate with you. So you can actually find songwriters on here, producers, singers, whatever you want, which is really handy. Probably my favorite feature on DistroKid is the hyperfollow page. This is basically a landing page for every song you make. So we'll go to Last I See, which is one of my songs. You can press visit and that brings you to your own landing page. This links out to any platform you have set your music to release on. You can also fully customize this page. You can put a video on here which can show how you made the album, a little bit behind the scenes. You can put a little trailer here, whatever you want. You can also reorganize the page or delete any of the links that you don't actually really like to be there. Some people like a really clean landing page with like 3 links on them. You can add more links if you want. You can add your social media links. You can choose whether you want pre-save on or off. Audio preview, so a little part of your song actually plays. It will only do this once the song is released, so not before the release date. Pre-save is really interesting. I will talk about that later. So if you just have the musician plan, you will see new stores appear on that page as your song gets added to those. So then you also have lyrics. If you want, you can pick a song and you can enter your lyrics to have more metadata for search engines. So as you can see here, these are the places your lyrics get pushed to. So we have Lyric Find, we have Shazam, Google, Music Match. So for example, if someone goes, what is that song called that goes, do you miss me now? Swear I hear you crying in your sleep. People can type that in and there's a chance that they will actually find my song Last I See, which is really interesting. Then we also have meme video generator, which is basically a fun way to share your song. So with this you can make a Marcel, Elaine, Baby Yoda, Clerks. I don't know any of these except for Baby Yoda.
Do you miss me now?
And then we have Vizy, which is the most interesting one, but this one is also not free. So with this you can actually make a paid visual for your track. And as you see, it moves along with the audio. You have a bunch of different ones like this. Of course, this will all be replaced by your artwork. You can pick a song you uploaded, and then per size you pay $8.99. If you want all of them, you get a bit of a reduction apparently. So yeah, you can pick whether you want a square one, vertical, horizontal. Credits and liner notes is a really interesting area in DistroKid because this is where you can credit people who contributed to your song. Or you can also set up splits to automatically pay any percentage of your earnings to anyone who you list here. For example, I can go here and this is everything you can edit in here, which is really interesting. I believe this is the same as this themes area. So that's actually a really cool thing if you work together with multiple people. I don't, so I don't really use this, but I can imagine that if you're a band or you do collaborations, this is insanely handy. So let's say you find someone on slaps.com you want to make a song with. You have a producer on there, you have a session guitarist, you make a song together. You can easily set up the splits for the earnings right here. And that's also what's handy about slaps.com is everyone on slaps.com has a DistroKid account, which makes this easier. Then we also have personal profile. Here you can enter your name, your bio, your location, language, your socials, your expertise, your favorite genres and musical influences. And these are also used for slaps.com for your personal profile over there. Okay, so then we have wheel of playlists. You can only do one song per day. So I will pick Last I See, connect with Spotify. Okay, so then you will get this screen. Press spin wheel, it will spin 3 times and the lowest number will be your spot on that playlist. It's just a fun thing, and then it tells you you've been added to the playlist at that spot, and you get an email once you get kicked off the playlist. So then we have Vault. This is where your backups are of your songs, which is handy. You can also use this for if you want to turn multiple songs into an album, because this is where you can get your original song, then the code of your song you can find on the release itself, which is the ISRC code right here, and then your artwork you can get from here. So that's really handy if you want to do that. You can basically just go to upload, enter whatever you want, how many album songs, your album artwork, and then here you can enter the ISRC codes of your songs, which is really handy. You have Dave, DistroKid's Music Analysis AI bot, which is funny. It shows you acousticness, danceability. This is just like a fun thing you can do for your songs. Then you have the referral program. If you're a creator on YouTube, this can actually be interesting for you. Or if you're on Twitch or anywhere, you can actually share stuff like this to a relevant audience. Don't pay attention to the discount. You usually don't get that. I get that because this video is sponsored by DistroKid. The $5 remains, so everyone has their own affiliate link from DistroKid. If you share that and anyone signs up for DistroKid, you get a $5 commission. So I want to remind you to use the link in the description if you want to sign up for DistroKid, because it actually really helps me out. I would highly appreciate it. Fixer is used for the following reason. If there is an artist page that has a similar name to mine, it might happen that songs that I upload appear under their artist name. So Fixer is what you use to fix that. Shocker. Then we have streaming service goodies. This is a really interesting page. This is where you apply for Spotify for artists. So you can get Spotify verified with a little check mark and your custom artist page. Same for Apple Music for artists. You can get your YouTube official artist channel, which is a YouTube channel with a little music note next to it. And if you want, you can connect your Twitch channel. So whenever someone is live streaming and is playing a song of yours, if you have a Twitch channel, Twitch will automatically link to your channel as soon as your song is playing on someone's stream. I hope that makes sense. That was a really messy explanation. Okay, so something else I do want to show you are the upgrades. So one thing I wanted to show you are the different plans you have on DistroKid. The label plan won't be interesting for you if you're not a label. Your choice will be between Musician and Musician Plus. I've been on the Musician plan for about a year, probably more. I recently switched to Musician Plus because you get to set a release date. And I didn't notice, but if you set a release date at least 2 weeks in advance, you can actually get your music considered for playlists. So that's a huge opportunity right there. That way you can also build some hype with your landing page, because people can actually pre-save your song on Spotify. And as soon as it goes live, they get that notification and they can listen to your song right away. So I thought that was super interesting. Something else you get with this are synced lyrics for Instagram. So you know, when you're making a story on Instagram, you can actually put the lyrics there of that song, which I think is super interesting.
Swimming against all the odds, I'm drowning. It's never enough. I'm thinking that the way I'm treating me is not good.
So another thing you get with Musician Plus is your customizable label name. So usually when you upload a song, you will see record label, a random number, records, DK, so DistroKid. You can also customize your iTunes pricing with the Musician Plus plan. But the biggest reason to choose this plan is for the release date. So if you're asking which plan is right for me, if you're a beginning songwriter or musician or producer, you want to dip your toes in the water, you want to know what DistroKid is like, how it works, go for the musician plan. But if you're sure that music is your thing long term, go for Musician Plus. I would honestly have started out with Musician Plus if I knew about the playlists, because I missed out on that opportunity with my previous 5 songs. Musician is fine too, it's just that your music gets put out ASAP, like on random days, instead of your set release date. That's just personal preference. I think it's a bit more professional to have a release date. If you're on the Musician Plus plan, you get to set a release date for your music. But if you don't, how long does it actually take for your music to be in stores? So whenever you upload a song, you will get this email. So this is the estimated duration per platform, per streaming service, on how long it will take before your music is actually in store, so you have an idea of that. Feel free to pause on this, feel free to screenshot it. It's handy to have. I hope now you have a better understanding of how DistroKid works. It's super simple, it's super cheap. I'm trying to come up with a disadvantage for DistroKid, but it's surprisingly hard. Or maybe one disadvantage would be physical distribution, because DistroKid doesn't offer them. For me, that's no biggie, because that's not what I'm planning to do anyway. And if I would want to do that in the future, I could do that through a different company. I wouldn't have to switch distributors. So it's really no biggie for me, but it might be something that you want to consider. The past few months, videos have been surfacing where musicians wanted to claim their earnings and then noticed that a huge chunk of money is missing. And when they reached out to DistroKid, they got this automated reply saying, "We withhold 30% of your earnings for tax purposes." So musicians were like, "It's not your job to pay my taxes, that's my job." And also, people were really upset because DistroKid promises you from the start that you keep 100% of your earnings, so what's up with this? This is important information for you, so I decided to look into this a bit. And listen closely. No matter what distributor you go with, you will always lose money in 2 areas. The first area is commissions, and not necessarily by the distributor, because some distributors actually take a commission of your earnings. DistroKid doesn't do this. But I'm talking about commissions taken by the platform your music gets distributed to. So Apple takes their cut, Spotify takes their cut, which is normal because otherwise they wouldn't be able to function. The second area where you lose money is taxes. And this shouldn't come as much of a shock to you, because whether you're a musician or not, we all have to pay taxes. Your earnings are whatever is left after paying taxes, which could be announced more clearly on DistroKid's website. But don't be mad at DistroKid for taking 30% of your earnings for tax purposes. Be mad at the IRS, because here's the thing. To them, you are a non-resident alien with a US source income. Why? Because you distribute your music to a worldwide audience. Who's part of the world? The US. So what does the IRS want? Their share of the pie. They want their hands on as many taxes as possible. They are also aware that most of us don't even know that we have to pay taxes to the IRS because of this. So what do? They put a withholding requirement on DistroKid to collect those taxes for them, because they can't go after you as a non-US person, but they can go after DistroKid. So that is why this has been going on. So I wanted to clear that up for you, so you know that this is something that will happen regardless of whether it's DistroKid you're working with or someone else. Okay, so now I actually have a little treat for you. If you've listened to songs on Spotify before, you will have noticed these vertical videos that loop throughout the song you're listening to. These are called canvas, and this seems to be something only available to larger artists, but that's not actually the case. I've put a link in the description where you can apply for your own canvas. Feel free to apply, and maybe you will see your canvas on Spotify one day.